I don't think that the angels exist on their own, Mitch.
Does anything exist on its own?
Why the fuck did you start me off on this, Mitch?
For this exact reason,
Why
Jared.
couldn't it have
For
been
this exact
fun,
reason.
Mitch?
We'll get to fun.
Why couldn't I have
We'll
just
get to
watched
fun.
people beat each other up, Mitch?
Look,
There we go.
and welcome back, everyone, to Pro and Noob episode 3. I'm now titling them on the thumbnail so I can keep track of them.
Ooh, kill
Because
him.
look at that.
Ooh,
Dab,
kill him. Ooh, kill him.
dab,
Ooh.
dab, dab. Dab on the
No,
face.
this was a good one. This was a it kind of it slowed down. It was a nice little contemplative episode. That like I don't have a lot of thought. I have a lot of feelings. It made
Yeah,
me feel
yeah.
a lot of things. Um, but it was a nice little break for my psyche to not be trying to unpack all of the all of the iconography and try to figure out like what the themes
Yeah.
are and trying to get ahead of anything. Like this is just a really good moment to slow down and kind of live with these characters a little bit. And I really enjoyed that. I really did.
Mm.
I think it was a I think it was a much needed break. It was a much needed peek into Shinji's psyche right now. Um, which is by all accounts shattered
Yeah,
um
yeah. Yep.
after the events of the show up to this point. I feel like if this were coming out today, you'd get a lot of people who would look at an episode where there's no real action and it's all character
Oh, this is
development
filler.
and
This would be
it's
filler.
just slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that filler like is on the list of words alongside cameo and slow burn that
Yeah,
simply
yeah,
mean nothing anymore.
yeah,
Um that like filler is used as a pejorative, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I know that a lot in the case of it, as I understand it, at least again, I am a layman. Um
A noob.
so they still the noob that filler is more of a that it is a practical thing.
Yeah.
That it is a matter of like, we gotta kinda like slow it down a little bit,
Well, filler's
not
purely
run it
there
through.
usually when the anime's caught up to the manga and they've got nothing else to do. So while they're just treading water, wasting time, they'll make a filler arc while the manga can get chapters ahead, and then they actually have stuff to go back to.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
doesn't have that because I've said last week, this is anime first, manga second. So
Yes.
it's just all filler free.
Yeah. Yeah, and this like I said, this was an episode that I think would have gotten like, "Oh, this is filler today," but
100%.
as is more often the case, whenever you have a bunch of people freaking out calling an episode of popular nerd stuff filler, it is actually a slower contemplative episode that is just
Mm.
not run, run, go, go, shoot, explosion, explosion. Um, but yeah, I gotta say, I think one of the most effective visual moments of the show so far was that train bit.
Yep. Yep.
That time lapse, like
Hmm.
Shinji unmoving as everybody else is either leaving the train or repositioning themselves on the train. The older guy who's just taking up so much space, so much space.
Waste of
Just
boomers.
what a seat hog that guy. Bro's elbow was practically in Shinji's ear at one point.
Pretty much, yeah.
But no, but like seeing him just like moving around and how dynamic everything was around Shinji except for Shinji himself.
Mm.
That was just it was just a really phenomenal visual to just show how alone and isolated he feels right now.
Yeah.
Um, which I thought was great, and I love the continuing use of this. Uh, you know, Showing us the current emotional landscape of a character, and then throwing it back
Yeah.
to how we got here. They did that very effectively in the second episode, and I think they do it again here, where Shinji is just hollow inside.
Yep. Yep.
Um, I think that I do find it interesting. I'm not going to go so far as to say that I think it's conflicting characteristics, but more that it goes to show where Shinji is just not has like lost a lot of his own personhood. Um, that I think is interesting that you go from Shinji just straight up being like, "Fuck it, I'm done,"
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
seeing that not just mere days ago, Shinji was in this place of, "Yeah, I'll I'll do it, man. I just I get in there, I'll fight, maybe I'll die, I'll probably win.
Mm.
Who fucking cares?"
Center the target and pull the trigger.
Ugh.
Center the target and pull the trigger.
God, I can't believe that this show. I know. Granted, this came long before the Clone Wars, but I love that this show has its own like answer to "Good soldiers follow orders."
Yep. Oh, oh. Well, this is kind of the crux of the whole thing, right? Because this episode tells you what you can kind of really expect from it. Like you get little hints of it for the first three, but then this one comes out and you're like, no, this isn't your usual like mecha, like teenage pilots all happy go lucky, they're all ready to fight. Yeah, like you get that with kid with the glasses. What's his name? Ido, where he's out in the field playing like soldier, doing his
Yeah,
own little like Nama reenactment sort of thing, or World War II even. But then you get Shinju's your complete opposite of that. It's like, no, if a 14-year-old was having to pilot something like this and in this situation and that amount of pressure, the kid's gonna snap.
yeah. Oh, and I do,
You
and I
know?
love that. I love so much that those contrasting parallels,
Mm,
that you have the difference between a child who idealizes combat, who idealizes the
mm,
just the archetype of the war hero,
mm.
to the point where he is in his backyard larping it
Yep.
by himself. And again, I do think this show is going to kind of come in on this whole idea of, to borrow a Star Wars quote. I'm looking for a great warrior. Great warrior. Wars make not one great.
Mm.
Um, that whole myth of, you know yes, you're this glorious hero who made these sacrifices. Da, 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 da. And how the fuck do you feel after all was said and done?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's
Do
your
you
support system
do you
afterwards?
feel do you feel glorious?
Mm,
Does it feel like it was worth it? And I do, and it seemed like the show was heading that direction very early on, but now it is just so prevalent, especially because you have, like
mm.
you said, Ida, like, LARPing like a grotesque, horrific situation.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
that, like, I won't leave
Yeah.
you behind, snap out of it. Like, like the way he's like pantomiming this guy, it looks like he's on the ground bleeding out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, but it's the noble, heroic, rah rah, we're off to fight the great war, da, 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 type thing." Which again, I know I'm looking at it with a very Western perspective on that,
I mean, that's
but
exactly what it is, right? It's
yeah,
the
but like,
West, the East, it's still the same. The propaganda sets in, doesn't it?
oh, for sure, for sure. But yeah, just it's these, oh, your commanding officer is mortally wounded and bleeding out in the field, and oh, it's heroic that I'm going to save you and put my life on the line as well, and you're da, da, da. And meanwhile, Shinji is like, I've watched people die.
Mm. Here's
I've
my 1,000-yard stare everywhere.
I've killed, like whether or not, regardless of what the angels are, he's taken life.
Mm,
Like, that's real. He is piloting a living being that does not have very much autonomy in the grand scheme of things. That is also that while he is being psychologically shattered, he is subjecting this also living creature in the Ava to excruciating physical beatings.
mm.
That, okay, we got to throw it in the shop for a couple weeks before you're ready again. And it's just beat to hell. It's getting operated on and fixed, and It's really gruesome, upsetting shit.
Yeah, yeah,
It's really
very,
gruesome and upsetting.
very.
Um, but yeah, and it is incredibly heartbreaking. Um, are they gonna answer? Here's my question.
Go.
Uh, our only option is to use 14-year-olds. Is a direct
Mm.
quote.
I'm really glad you picked up on that.
Is there a reason why it can
Would
only
you
be
like there
fucking
to be a reason
14-year-olds?
why? What if there wasn't a reason?
I would love to see them try to justify this.
All right, cool, cool. Well, the good news is you have 22 episodes to go to find out.
I would love
Maybe.
for them to look me in the eyes and tell me, because here's my thing. If you have developed a technology that just so happens it can only be operated by a 14-year-old that you're going to subject to the horrors of war, and that's like, oh, it only works if they're a teen. You're not done developing this science.
But what if
It's
they are?
not war ready. I'm sorry. We need to keep working. This isn't viable.
Yeah, yeah.
In my lowly opinion, this could use some fine tuning if it's only 14-year-olds. But no, and I do just I do kind of throw him back to the to Shinji's just kind of like walkabout here. Um I keep referencing Star Wars stuff.
I'm shocked.
No, that wasn't even conscious because they talk about Ahsoka like go like the arc of season 7 of Clone Wars
Mm,
where she's doing her own thing on Coruscant. It's referred to as Ahsoka's walkabout.
yeah.
And I didn't even consciously do that until it came out of my mouth because I went, walkabout came out of me really quickly and easily. Where was that from? Oh yes, of course, the Clone Wars. But no, I just uh there's this isolation and the way that the show frames his reunion with what's her name?
Misato.
Misato, thank you.
Mm,
The way that it
Katsuragi.
frame the way it frames his reunion with Misato, it feels like, oh, they found each other and it's happy. And I'm like,
But is it happy?
ah, and I'm not necessarily that they're framing it as though it's happy necessarily, but that there is this air of like they found each other
Yeah.
and all of that comes with this baggage of like you've been emotional like on top of everything you're subjecting this child to, you're emotionally blackmailing him on a grotesque level
Mm,
with the way that he's like, "Yeah, and what if I say no? What if I can't fucking do this shit anymore, man? Well, you're
the poor blue head girl's gonna
yeah,
have
you're
to.
gonna make Rhea get back in there.
Mm,
So it's your call. She's walking around in like 18 layers of bandages with her eye gouged out. So we'll do what we have to do, I guess. And that's the other thing that kind of bothered me was like there is no waiting period. Like what do you need Shinji for right now? Because I don't see an angel. I understand you want to have him on deck because
mm.
one could show up at any moment, and you need him to viciously slaughter it the moment it shows up. But like, I don't see one.
Nope.
You just you don't want to get caught with your pants down. I get it, but like I don't know. Maybe we can ease this kid in a little bit more. I don't fucking know, man. Like,
But how do you ease a kid into that?
I mean, you don't. You
Mm.
don't. Very simply, you don't. But
Is there any easing in a war? In a fight?
yeah, and again, this is where I come back to I don't trust a single mother. I don't trust a single fucking adult in this show. Where I am still truly convinced that the angels are a direct result of nerve doing fuck shit. That and I think that is and again, if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. But right now, I think that's part of my animosity towards Nerve and
Yeah.
all of the literal adults in the room. is that right now, as of right now, it feels like these kids are having to clean up the mess of an adult,
Yeah.
of a lot of adults who fucked up.
Well, that's the war, right? That's the
And
whole
that's
World
but
War
that's what
II.
war always that's what war always
Mm,
is. That's what war always is. We're gonna send all these young folks to die while, the rich, fat, and happy in control who, by hook or by crook or by, well-meaning or opportunism, whatever, started a global conflict
mm,
that is now going to exact a toll on the lives of those who do not have the means to sit it out. And that is something that is a theme, that is a through line that I am looking forward to the development on, but
mm.
I'm just really shaken to my core over. And the whole, like, the third children, the fourth children, the fifth children, like, where what are you like? Okay, so you are building a child army. You are trying to build a fucking army. And part
Yeah.
that's the part that I'm fucked up over. I'm all kinds of fucked up over that because I'm hearing this and I'm going, okay. On one hand, the fate of the world should not have to rest upon one horny, shy teenager's shoulders.
Nope.
So maybe spreading out the burden is not necessarily a bad thing. What is a bad thing is we are going to subject even more children to this shit. Kids
It
who
may.
will almost certainly handle it worse.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
You know, I can't point you towards a lot of 14-year-olds who would, when faced with the choice of, hey, you can keep running into battle, hurting yourself physically, mentally, like on a metaphysical, like on your, like, hurting your soul spiritually.
Mm.
Um, you can keep doing that, or you could sit this out and make some other girl do it. And while that is the choice Shinji makes, he also chooses to unmake that decision.
Yeah. No, he does. Yeah.
So clearly, Shinji's self-preservation, Shinji's selflessness, um, or I'm sorry, selfishness, but not as like a pejorative selfishness, but like a I need to make the right call for me type thing.
You mean
Du-
like a hedgehog,
yeah,
which I actually thought was the name of the episode, but it's not. And yeah.
yeah, I've noticed that like the title card that we get halfway through the episode and like the actual episode title are different sometimes,
Mm.
which I
Well,
think
so
is
Netflix
interesting.
hasn't got the English title cards, and I find it weird. But what can you
Weird
do?
little things that happen in
Mm.
those holdovers.
Mm.
But
Well,
yeah.
Gainax has now gone bust, so maybe maybe Netflix get the original dub. Who knows? But
Oh, I didn't
we'll
know
find
that. I
out.
didn't know that
Mm.
that happened to
After
Gainax.
40 years, yeah.
That's
It's been a long time
heartbreaking.
coming. It's been like 10 years in the making. A lot of the people left to go to like Studio Trigger and I think Kara, because Kara did the more recent movies, but
See, I only know Studio Trigger because of Star Wars
the
Visions.
twins, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're the ones who did the twins.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a divisive one.
I
I'm a fan
love
of.
the twins. That's my favorite one. I just love Trigger, to be honest.
That's cool. Well, I
Mm.
didn't. I forgot. I knew this, but I forgot about it. The studio that did the Ninth Jedi, is the studio that's doing that Lord of the Rings anime, the Battle of Rohirrim.
Is that actually a Japanese studio?
Yeah,
Wow, I legitimately thought it was a Texas animation house because it looks like one.
I mean, it might. I think it is, but like they were in the first batch of Star Wars Visions, which I'm pretty sure was
Yeah.
all
So Visions was all Japanese studios, yeah.
the first season was. Yeah,
Yeah, then the second one's you got
like
like Korean,
global.
Chinese, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
there's like some South American stuff.
Mm. I never actually completely forgot about season 2 of that show. Got to go back and watch it.
Production IG.
Production IG.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're the people who are doing the Roraheem thing. Um,
Ah.
but yeah, I really did.
Oh, they were the ghosted. Wow, I should have known that.
What was that?
Christ, they did the Ghost in the Shell movies, like the original one. I should have get.
Nice,
I should have gotten that. Great studio, great studio. I'll
but
take back my "You Look Like Texas" animation. Blasphemy.
I don't know what that means. But no,
Well, like,
I
every time like Netflix, they go like, "Hey, here's an anime," or
yeah,
Warner Brothers, like 9 times out of 10, the animation studios in Texas. That's a very American, like halfway house to anime, but not quite sort of style.
that's
Like My
very
Adventures with
interesting.
Superman, right? It's like it's very. It looks like it could be, but you can clearly tell it's not. It's
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know like a lot I know like the term like anime style animation does a lot of heavy
mm,
lifting,
yeah.
in a lot of cases, like when we were talking about like Tartakovsky Clone Wars, you know?
Mm,
Um, but no, I just I left this episode with this sense of like just dread
mm-hmm.
and pity.
Mm,
Like, and it just seems like the situation's only going to get worse the more kids you quite literally feed to these machines.
mm.
And I feel some kind of way. But I've been talking for a minute, Mitch. How are you feeling coming back to it?
I adore this episode. As a kid, when when you're on LimeWire, this is gonna date me. LimeWire looking for a bit of Ramstein, and you find this AMV of the end of Evangelion, and you're not aware that it's actually this. And then you find this thing. It's just like, wow, what the hell is this? And then you get to this episode, and you're like, oh, this is boring. There wasn't like I never appreciated it as a kid, but the more I watch as I get older, it's like,
Oh
no, this
yeah.
episode, like the first episode sets the tone a little bit. But this one for me is a no. This is the tone of the show. This is where we're going, the direction of everything. This is not like a Gundam. Like Shinji's not like Amuro. He's not going to be this massive war hero at 14. So no, this kid has actual problems.
Yeah.
He is not okay. No one in this show is okay.
No. No. And I can't help again, I can't help but be angry at every single adult in the room. Like his like
Mm,
I just I need the adults in the room to defend their argument.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that is where I am. I on an emotional level, there's a part of me that is just like, no, I need you to justify 14-year-olds.
yeah, yeah.
Like specs, motherfucker, I need you to justify this being your son.
Mm,
That like and I think there's something that is so real and soul crushing about the mission is omni is just important on a unbelievable level, but the individuals fuck it, use the other one.
yeah, yeah.
That it is that that you can find a way to marry this sense of fuck it and this sense of importance all at the same time. And
Mm,
it's very real. It is very
mm,
unfortunately real the way that it is. The mission goes above everything else, and the little people who we are just going to put through a meat grinder don't fucking matter.
mm,
No matter anything about them. And I just need them to be forced to look in a mirror like that. Like this is something that I need answered.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, not in like a, oh, I need like I needed to justify the existence of the show because the show
No,
has
no, no.
clearly decided that this is bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think there is any logical interpretation of this show that says that what is being done to these children is good, justifiable, heroic, or anything.
No.
Any of those good Campbellian buzzwords apply here. Um, so I really badly want to see the show put these characters on trial.
Mm. Hey, maybe you get it. Maybe you
And
don't.
I don't know if I don't know if I'll get
Mm,
that. You know, like it could just be about the banality of evil and that You know, man, that's fucked, ain't it? And
Yeah.
people enforce these systems, and that's fucked, ain't it? At
Because at the
least
end
that's
of the
how
day,
people.
the biggest secret of life, growing up, you're told adults know everything, and adults do this and adults do that. The older you get, the more you find out that's a lie.
Mhm.
Adults don't know everything. Everyone's just a kid. You get to a certain point, and you make decisions, you make mistakes, you do fucked up shit. Uh, It's just a thing in the world.
It's just heartbreaking, man.
Mm.
I wanna give this kid a hug. I wanna tell him it's gonna be
It's
okay.
fine. He gets a hug at the end. Or did he? I only watched this like an hour ago. Did he actually?
I just finished it, he did not.
No, he didn't, did he? No.
No, because she's
No.
standing in the parking lot, he's standing on, like, the
Mm,
like, the
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 platform.
terminal platform,
Mm.
and, she's just like, "Welcome back." No, this isn't a welcome home.
But it is his home. They live together.
It shouldn't be.
It's his life.
None of this is okay, Mitch.
Neither
None
are
of this is
angels
okay.
attacking. Gotta stop the angels.
I don't think that the angels exist on their own, Mitch.
Does anything exist on its own?
Why the fuck did you start me off on this, Mitch?
For this exact reason,
Why
Jared.
couldn't it have
For
been
this exact
fun,
reason.
Mitch?
We'll get to fun.
Why couldn't I have
We'll
just
get to
watched
fun.
people beat each other up, Mitch?
Look, it was either this or Grave of the Fireflies.
Why isn't anybody monologuing, Mitch?
Who says no one monologues?
I need Angie monologues. I'm not
We'll get a
having fun
monologue.
anymore, Mitch. Stop being fun an episode ago, Mitch.
It's fine. You've only got 22 more to go.
Fuck you, Mitch.
I
I
tell you, actually, no, that was a bold faced lie. I apologize. You have 22 episodes, 5 movies. Maybe you get a happy ending. You don't know that.
Maybe I do.
Because just think, how good would a happy ending for this be? Where you feel now, you get a happy ending.
Where I feel now, if I get a happy ending, I don't know how I'd handle a happy ending for this story.
No? Hmm.
I don't know how I'd be able to handle it. I'm going to be very honest with you. Stories like this that play in this morally gray area so rarely have like a fairy tale level happy ending that I don't know if I'd be able to process that.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. I do not know.
Hmm.
I
Does
do
that
not
go
know.
for the same for if it was an unhappy ending?
Yeah, I'd just be angry at the end.
What would you try and think how to phrase it? Um, hmm. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna bother trying to think of the right word for that because
Are you trying to ask me what a happy ending would be to me at this stage?
kind of, yeah. It's exactly where I was going with it. Thank you.
To me, a
Brain fart.
happy ending is whatever number of children are forced into this situation all make it out okay. They're all able to like console each other, not become codependent, but like console each
Mm,
other enough that they can move on from this.
mm.
And the adults involved are something fucking horrible happens to them.
uh,
Like I need a complete self-inflicted death from all of them. Like not necessarily like they kill themselves, but like very very much like he died from his own glider. Like I like I
yeah, yeah.
like again, if I'm right that the angels are a creation of humanity that they are now trying to cover up with using the fucking Avas to destroy, and it's like, oh, this meteor, and then they brought this on themselves and they created this. I need to watch an angel eat every single one of these motherfuckers,
Interesting, interesting.
and I hope it
And what
hurts.
about for the opposite? No. What would your idea of a bad ending be?
I don't want to say bad because that makes it sound like the ending is itself flawed. A unhappy
Oh yeah,
ending,
unhappy. Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
unhappy ending, quite frankly, would be the fairy tale version of this, where
Hmm.
they are triumphant and then the people who created this mess face no repercussions for their actions, and it's just, look, we did what we had to do for the safety of the world, and look at what you all done, you're all heroes, here are your medals, good night.
Hmm.
And I think I would be fucking furious.
Oh boy.
And you're
Not to
not
give
getting a
anything
season,
away, but oh boy. No.
and you're getting not getting a season 2 out of me for Pro and Noob. If that is how that shakes out, I am going to fully
So
curl up in a
if you
ball.
don't like the ending of this show's done.
It's not a matter of not liking. Not liking and being upset by, in my opinion, are two different things.
Fair, fair.
I don't.
But even if the show we're watching changes or would change, it wouldn't carry on.
I'm mostly being hyperbolic,
As I say, you making me a
but
limited series off the bat 4 weeks in,
you're
5
you're
weeks
gonna
in.
have to you're gonna have to justify to me what the fuck you're doing to me next, and that
Well,
is a
I was
guarantee.
kind. I might leave it up to you what we do next. That's a long way down the road, but
Yes,
no.
yes. At this rate, yes.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I thought this was great. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was so full of just really contemplative emotion. I when I started the episode, I got I think it was language and nudity, and I
Yeah.
was like mentally preparing to see. I lost her name again.
Which one?
The roommate,
Oh,
Angela
Misato. Yeah.
Masato.
Mm.
I was fully ready for there to be some Masato titties for some reason, and I didn't think it was
Mm.
just going to be like,
I mean, you say for some reason it's the first thing you see of her, right?
yeah. But I just thought it was gonna be goofy and not just like a very clinical moment where like Ray is getting scanned medically
Mm.
in the bandages, and even then I was like, nudity? Okay.
I'm not sure if that applies to every episode or for like the entire show
Well, no, because
on
some
Netflix.
episodes I get like nudity, sexual themes, violence, language.
Mm.
Like it's like boom, 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 boom.
Then yeah, it's a
Um,
little weird that they put. I mean, I can kind of understand why
oh, for sure. I
they
mean,
did that there,
absolutely.
but
I totally get it. I was after this. What was it? The second episode had like a second smaller can hiding Shinji's peen.
yeah.
I was like
Mm.
ready to see like organs, and I was like, okay. I was like mentally preparing for that. Um, and frankly, I was worried because more often than not, those moments of fan service, as it is called in this situation,
Mm.
um, that it was going to be that I was like, because the episode was so heavy, I was like, please don't fucking pull the rug on me with a boob joke.
Yeah.
And that obviously didn't happen.
Mm. No. In
But yeah,
fairness to you, you are in the right era for stuff like that to happen, being the 90s, but
yeah.
it did not happen. We're all good.
But yeah, I'm feeling a
Mm.
lot of emotions. I'm looking forward to whatever's next. But yeah, this episode was draining, and I feel less full as a human being after watching it.
Good. Good.
Glad that was the intent, buddy. Thank you.
That is the exact intent. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna take you on a ride with this show. I'm not gonna say if it gets better. I'm not gonna say if it gets worse. Just know.
Well, Mitch, old chap, I don't see it getting any better from here. So
It's all right. You can mutter about it in your sleep.
I've not stopped laughing about that. I've not stopped laughing about that. I
Sorry, that
was
was the
so happy
intro
you
to last
made good on
episode.
your promise to make that little clip at the beginning, but I wasn't able to find the full low power muttering. Like I was like skimming through the episode at work trying to find that clip to take it out.
It's
Like
towards the end. I know that.
yeah, I couldn't find it, but
Mm-hmm.
goddamn low power muttering.
Mm-hmm. If you want the clip, I'll find it and send it to you.
Oh, I'd love that. Thank you.
Yeah, or at least I'll give you the timestamp for it. And you can do whatever.
That would be perfect. But
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, no,
but yeah.
this is great. This again, this is a phenomenal show that is exacting a heavy toll on me. And I don't I am I came to the realization after I finished this episode that I am about to enter an era of my TV enjoying life where I am going to be beset on all sides by shows that like exact an emotionally heavy toll.
Mm, good.
Between
Yeah,
this, The Acolyte, and knowing that The Boys is going into a very Homelander is Trump and we're not using any subtext anymore place with The
yeah.
Boys, that I'm like, man, uh maybe I should start watching like America's Funniest Home Videos in my off time. Like,
All right. Before we end this up, I'm gonna give you the choice right now.
okay.
Right now. Next week, one or two.
Mm. Let's do two next week.
Two. Cool. Cool.
Let's do two next week.
Cool.
I like
We'll
two
do two
next
next.
week.
Hmm. So it might be for Sunday, no, or depending on your schedule, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sunday's
Mhm.
Father's Day, so probably not, but we'll figure that out
Oh,
off
you
camera.
Americans and doing different days. Just be normal, for God's sake.
What, just do Parents' Day?
No, do it like before, like when everyone else does it.
Everybody else does it different days too.
Yeah, but just do it like before.
Just do it when
Like,
England does it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mother's and
yeah,
Father's Days already happened. Like, just
we kicked your teeth in a war so we
did
would
you
be able to
though?
do our holidays on our own day there, bud.
I mean,
I'm gonna throw some motherfucking tea into a motherfucking harbor if you got something to say about it, Mitch.
at the end of the day, who had to call the French?
At the end of the day, who was like hiring Hessian mercenaries? Fuck you.
You got the French.
Yeah, and
The only thing worse you could have done there was the Spanish.
well,
I could
like,
say that as a European.
I mean,
That's not on the mainland because mainland fault. But
the mainland. Well, we could litigate the Revolutionary War another day. But yeah, no, this is a lot of fun. This show we're recording is a lot of fun. The show I'm watching is phenomenal television that is hurting my soul with every passing minute of its runtime.
it's fine. We'll we might make it up eventually somehow. I'm not sure.
I just think it's hilarious that that as I've said before, I feel so seen. I feel appreciated, but also angry that you went, this combination of themes, militarism, archetype, the religious iconography, Jared's need to like figure out what's going to happen before it happens because he finds fun in that and he enjoys being wrong when he is. This will psychologically shatter him. I need him to be my co-host for this.
Hmm.
Like I'm like there's a part of me that's like honored but never not going to be angry at you for it.
I can live with that.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Wow. I got two choices to choose from now for the start of the episode, and both of them are fuck me.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
mm,
Me yelling away from the microphone I think is the stronger choice, but that's just my opinion.
yeah, we'll find out.
I'll find out.
Everyone watching already knows which one happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Time's a funny thing, isn't it,
Mm,
guys?
it is a flat circle.
But yeah,
But yeah,
that's all I got for
so
this one.
cool. Well, we've still got 40 minutes out of that, so that's all fair and good with me. But yeah, tune in next week. Do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever. Let us know if you're watching along. If not, yeah. But anyway, follow Jared. Wait, because I'm. Is that pointing the right way?
Where'd you point?
Well,
Oh,
my
your
thumb.
hands. I couldn't see because it was covered by the nameplate. No, you're pointing in the wrong
So
direction.
then, no, yeah, follow Jared that way then. I assume.
Nerd Academy Podcast on YouTube, wherever you get podcasts. Ionized Bastards, a Star Wars RPG on the All Remaining Systems YouTube channel, and Epic Confrontations, the Star Wars Trivia League I am in, and have a match, at least another match before the end of the summer.
He's gonna lose.
I will tell you this. I don't know. I know it'll be one of two people. It will be decided by who wins that match.
Oh, is this the one that Alden was setting up with the Schmodown person, or has that already happened?
No. Oh no, that already happened, and
Okay.
I won that by knockout.
Oh, of course you did, yeah. I completely forgot about that one, but
Yeah,
I
I just
remember
make
it now,
sure.
yeah.
Well, everybody wants to talk shit. I won
Yeah.
that by way of knockout.
Yeah.
No, because whenever Holden won the championship, um,
How'd you lose without even being in the game?
we all lost, Mitch.
Yeah, but you specifically lost that
We-
one a lot more.
No, if I'll be honest, I wanted Alden to win because I want to be the one to dethrone him.
Mm.
I want to take it from him. I realized a long time ago it would mean a lot more to me to be the second champion if it meant dethroning Alden than it meant to be the first.
That's fair.
I was like,
That's
no,
loser mentality, but that's fair.
no, it's not. No,
That is.
no,
That is.
no.
That
That's a
is.
vindictive bitches mentality.
Yeah,
What
but
that is.
that's like, oh, take second place. It's fine. Like,
No, it's not second place, motherfucker. It's first place.
no, but your first time around, you wasn't even second place. It was like, oh, I'm happy with 10th or whatever it was.
Okay, I'm the third ranked competitor in the whole league.
Oh, that's even worse. You're the second loser. You can't even win the
What do
league.
you mean the second loser? There's like 18 people under me.
Yeah, but you're on the podium, so you're on the bottom step, right? Like that's no.
I'm so glad you have your camera on again now these days, because I can see you grinning and can tell that you don't mean a fucking word you're saying.
Oh, I know. I absolutely mean it. I've
You're-
watched F1 all my life. I know exactly where the losers begin and end.
Either way,
Now, imagine losing to a loser. You are the
I
first one to lose to a loser. That's what happened.
I lose only to the best. If you want to get look, here's what I've learned about epic confrontations. If you want to get to the top of the mountain, you got to get through me first. Them's the facts.
That's still
Them's the
just
facts.
such like
The
yeah, but
only people,
I'm not
the
the top.
only people who have defeated me are champion caliber players.
Yeah, and you're happy about being third.
I'm not happy about being third. I want to be number one.
Okay,
I
you're
am
content with
proud
being
of my performance up to this point because I've given it my all.
not a winning mentality. No.
When I have that belt sitting behind me on every single broadcast I ever do for the rest
You'll
of
know
my
it's got the wrong
goddamn life,
logo on it.
I'll know that it could have had a much better. I say that as the guy who made the current Epic Confrontations logo.
Yeah, but you made it as a placeholder. It's fine. It's totally fine.
I meant it to be a placeholder, and then Eli bought like a bunch of fucking like hard leather metal belts with it on it, and I was like, well, we're gonna have to wait a little bit till we get a new logo to make these belts worth it, aren't we? But all of that to say, I don't know who. I know it's going to be one of two people. They have to play each other, and then I play the winner of that. I know I'm going to go toe to toe with a very worthy opponent that I'm very excited to throw down with. So yeah, I'm very excited. That should be by the end of the summer. There's another competitor who have been fiending for Eli to give me a taste of. That he hasn't budged to it yet. But I think I think by the end of the year I'll have at least a couple more matches. One of which is going to be a fucking barn burner. But yeah, Epic Confrontations, Ionized Bastards. We're getting into our last two episodes of the season here, and then yeah, Nerd Academy Podcast, where I'm talking space wizards and cape shit.
Nice. go follow, do all the good stuff, and come back next week. So,
Bye.
boys.
Oh god, I gotta stop it. I forgot.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for watching or listening. You know, whatever flavor you prefer. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the good stuff so you don't miss an episode, and of course leave a comment. You know, tell us what you thought about this episode of Neon Genesis. You know, if you watched it before or you haven't, I generally love to hear what people think about this show. If you're following along with us, that's great. If not, and you watched it before, you know, tell us what you think about this one specific episode in particular, because we are trying to keep Jarod spoiler free as much as possible. And yeah, you know, any help is greatly appreciated for this little channel project we're working on here. You know, trying to build this up, and of course we can't do that without you guys. So yeah, any help is greatly appreciated, and we'll catch you all for the next one. So take care.